Okay, testing, testing, testing. All right, so I actually wasn't going to do this video right now. I had something else I wanted to do, but I have officially made something very angry, and I kind of read what they said to me, enough to know that I made them very angry. And I did respond to them, even though I didn't fully read what they wrote. So I'm going to give you both parts of it. I made Leon angry. So I'm not entirely sure what I did, but apparently I did something. And I'm just going to go ahead and read his letter to me. It says, to Marianne, has my name, of course. Well, hello there, Miss YouTube Star. Well, as soon as I saw that, I was like, well, that's not a good beginning. And then, hello there, Miss YouTube Star. Okay, Marianne, so I've previously deleted you from my securest emailing list, but like COVID, I keep coming back. I'm not sure how that happens, but that's okay. Geez, Miss YouTube Star, you're a super thirsty, desperate woman. Wow. So yes, Miss YouTube Star, I'll play your little game with you. So you asked me 5 cheesy questions in that pathetic little email you sent me last night at 8:41 p.m. on December the 7th. You asked me the following questions. Do you know any more about how to see your lawyer? Let me try rereading my own question. Do you know any more about how to see your lawyer speaking on your own behalf? So, Miss YouTube Star, my answer to that question is you can ask my attorney. Big smiley face. I'm glad he's still happy. Tell me about yourself. Do you have brothers or sisters? Are you younger or older? So, Miss YouTube Star, my answer to that question is you can ask my attorney. Big smiley face. What did you do for work before you ended up here? And for the record, Miss YouTube Star, it's not there. Wait, before you ended up here. Okay, so he's correcting my grammar. That's okay. So, Miss YouTube Star, my answer to that question is you can ask my attorney. Big smiley face. How do you keep yourself busy? So, Miss YouTube Star, my answer to that question is you can ask my attorney. He's very proud of himself with these smiley faces. And this might be why he's angry. It's because I have my own opinions about things. Is this your appeal? Is this an appeal your lawyer is making, or is it about not seeing all the evidence? That's my question. So, Miss YouTube Star, my answer to that question is you can ask my attorney. Well, Miss YouTube Star, there's my answer to all your cheesy, pathetic questions you asked me. And no, Miss YouTube Star, you haven't hit a brick wall with me, because I did say maybe I hit a brick wall with him. You're just not the brightest candle on the cake, Leon. So, I'm not surprised, but I did write him a letter back. And this is just what I sent. Title of mine is just Yep. And I just said, Leon, I don't know what you're surprised about. I told you what I was doing. I asked you questions I would ask any person that I would meet on the street or work with, and I understand. I asked you to be honest. I asked if you wanted to talk about your situation. I said I would read what you said. I know you want to belittle me with your remarks, so I get it. I get you feel insulted. I'm still interested in what you said. This is the culture of the world that we live in now. This is where you are in it, and this is where I'm in it. And kind regards. I read way too fast. I need to calm down. Anyway, so I am learning from this. What I'm learning is I think I probably should be a little more specific, a little more clear with what I'm doing. And if I ask myself what I'm doing, it is I want to talk to people who, it's a whole true crime thing, but like we all want to know why people do what they do, what motivates them. So that's really all this is about, is actually trying to talk to the person who has committed the crime and or at least been convicted of a crime and say, well, what happened? What is your side? I never told anybody I could do anything for them. I'm allowed to have my own opinion. I'm allowed to interject. Like, I never said I wasn't going to. I never said I was on anybody's side. I just said I would tell you, or I would read for you what you wrote. That's all I ever said I was going to do. I never promised anything. I never said anything else. So, maybe he just doesn't like me having my own opinion about things. And that's okay, because, that's the way the world works. People are allowed to think what they want. They're allowed to have their own opinions. And I don't know what it was that actually set him off. I mean, obviously he saw a video that I did that he didn't like, or somebody told him something he didn't like. I don't know if he actually saw anything, or someone just said, oh, I watched it and she was terrible. I don't know, because he doesn't say. He just tells me I'm cheesy. And to some people I am, and that's a true statement. And to some people I'm not, and that's a true statement. Two things can be true at once. So anyway, I don't know if he'll ever contact me again. I was never trying to do anything other than what I was doing. Like, you know, people go to broadcasting school. Actually, I did something very similar. I just took a different path in my life. They interview people all the time. You interview somebody for bad weather. You interview somebody who committed a crime. You interview somebody who witnessed a crime. Like, what I'm doing is not anything particularly innovative, really, or malicious, or anything else for that matter. I just thought it would be more interesting, instead of just telling a story, to actually ask the person who's a part of the story and ask them for their input. And like I said, I kind of actually thought something like this would eventually happen, and it might happen every single time, but I'm going to try to be more clear in my letters, because I did say in my letter, hey, I'm going to be discussing situations like yours on social media. I said that directly. I didn't say you're a hard and horrible criminal. I just said situations like yours, because I don't know your situation. I'm asking you. So, anyway, that was fun. And it's a learning lesson. I think everything should, well, I don't know if everything should be a learning lesson, but at least as long as you learn something when you do hit a wall, when you go, hey, wait, okay, something didn't work here. What can I do different? So that's going to be my takeaway from all this is, I don't think I should insult him. I don't think I should be angry. I shouldn't be surprised or offended, because that's counterproductive. And I don't feel that way anyway. I don't know what I did that upset him. And as far as what I said is, like, I asked him questions I would ask anybody I would meet on the street. Totally true. When I meet people, working with somebody, I want to know who you are. Like, I have a past. I have family members. I am a way the way I am for particular reasons. So everybody else is too. So why are you the way you are? Who were the influences in your life? What choices would you have made different? Because everybody has choices that would have made different. Everybody has somebody that influenced them. And so I don't know entirely why that would make him so upset, the questions I asked him, unless he either watched my videos and found them unfavorable, or somebody he knows watched them. Because I'm sure all he has to do is Google his name, or go on YouTube and look up his name, because he's going to find him. It's not like it's like that's what that is. So, and he's got every right to do that. So yeah, I'm going to try to take a more specific approach. I perhaps was too vague, and I have a knack for being vague. It's something I've done most of my life because it was a safety mechanism to be vague. And I was also in acting at one point, and in acting, you can't be vague. And I actually found it really hard because vagueness allows so many possibilities. But in a lot of things, it just doesn't work. So now I will work on being much more specific, much more clear. And the next video I do isn't going to be about this. I have two people I actually have always wanted to do a video on, and do a contrast and comparison, but that's not exactly the accurate term for it. I want to talk about Andrea Yates and Susan Smith, because they both drowned their children, but for very different reasons. And I want to talk about the difference in their motivations. I have tried contacting Susan Smith. I have not heard back from her, but that is not unusual because it was only maybe a month ago. I am not going to contact Andrea Yates. Her situation is very different. In which case, in that video, I'll go into my reasons why for trying to contact one person and not the other. My goal here isn't just to like sit here and call people names and call people pieces of shit and all that, because like I watch other people's videos and they talk about true crime and they give you the whole history of who this person was, what this person did, how all this happened, and they mock them the entire time. They call them names and all that, and that's fine. They're also not directly engaging with those people, and everyone's got their style, and I like the people that I watch. Like, I like how they do their stuff. It's just not what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying or going to work on being more clear about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and that I'm not promising them anything. I'm not going to do anything for them other than read what they wrote. And I also say in the initial letter is, these are my questions for you. You don't have to answer any of them. You can tell me whatever you want. So once again, I don't know why he'd be so upset. Like, I've read everything that he said as he said it. And I interjected my own emotions towards it because that's a normal human being thing to do. So that's okay too. There you have it. I have learned something new today. Still haven't done anything with the green screen because I wasn't planning on doing this. I took a few pictures of things I think I'm gonna try working with. If anyone has any suggestions or someone they would like me to try to contact, or just even do a comparison, like people who have similar crimes, but their motivations are probably really different, shoot that out there to me. Other than that, have a good day and peace out as always. Okay, I had one idea that might have made him angry, and it just like literally like kind of flicked in my head. In my last video I did where I talked about him and Ricky, I added some extra pictures, and there's a little picture in there that says the word jerk. And it flashed up before his picture. And that wasn't me referring to him. I was referring to the cat getting hair all over me. But I guess I didn't edit it right. And maybe that's just me imagining things. Maybe that's not at all what bothered him. But I could see where somebody would be like, hey, she just put the word jerk in front of me. That's kind of not cool. Maybe it was that, maybe it wasn't. But that did just occur to me, so I'm just going to throw that in as all I got. Okay. There you have it again. So if I add in it, if I ever do call somebody a name, I'll make it very clear that that's what I'm doing. So I won't be ambiguous about that. I will be clear. If I call you a name, you'll know it. So that's a deal. All right. Let's leave.